I am Rebecca Davis with my first channel, Weird, Scary, and Interesting. Since the holidays are coming up, I thought to talk about Christmas movies. There's some movies I have here of me and my roommate's collection. And one of them we're going to start out with is Arthur Christmas. This movie came out in 2011. It's a good family movie. Santa's two sons and Arthur's Santa's second son. And since he's not supposed to be the one actually inheriting the job of become Santa when their father Santa retires. And so he ends up at the end getting the job. Because he's better suited at becoming Santa, because he has more Christmas spirit than his brother. His brother's more about the business wise at Christmas, and Arthur's more we have to keep the Christmas spirit, not it'd be all commercialized. Okay. Charlie Brown. Now we're going to be talking about Charlie Brown's Christmas. This is a retro movie from all the way back in 1965. It's about a movie that Charlie Brown and his friends come together for the Utah season. And it makes Charlie Brown and his friends a lot more happy and get along a lot more better after Christmas. But but if you're into retro cartoon Christmas shows, this will be a show for you to check out. Here's another retro Christmas movie. This is a doubleheader. A Christmas doubleheader. So you can see it has Gumby, Christmas Caper, and Santa and the Three Bears. A little different than Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but Gumby is this show, Gumby and Santa. This double feature came out in 2013. And it has Gumby telling his tale because he's a toy, and he practically lives in a toy store. And the tale of the three bears they're supposed to be hibernating, but they actually are excited for Christmas. It's their first Christmas. They want and see Santa, but usually the bears, as we all know, don't celebrate Christmas because it's their hibernating season. Okay. Here's another retro programming. The Flintstones Christmas Carol. It's one of the many Flintstone Christmas movies that you can find out there. This one, if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Usually it says the year it comes out. Came out. Oh well. That's my luck. Fred is about Fred's supposed to be. Fred and the gang are playing the theatrical version of the Christmas Carol story. And as we all know, if we all seen the TV show The Flintstones, Fred is on his own plane, doesn't listen to Wilma, kind of neglects his own daughter, but loves his family. He's supposed to pick up his kid from daycare, but he forgets because he's cast as Scrooge in the play. So he gets to the theater. Wilma's pissed off and with him because he forgot his daughter at daycare. So, and he forgets to go Christmas shopping, like last minute. It's Christmas Eve and last minute shopper. Fred, between intermissions, tries to get his shopping done and then rushes back to the theater. And eventually, and meanwhile, there's this bedrock flu running around. And then he eventually, at the end, I guess they say, Karma gets the B word. Well, let's kick somewhere it hurts. Because he ends up getting sick after the play turns out successful and that. I think that would be another good retro Christmas Carol to watch this season. This one is quite retro. I used to watch the Bearstein Bears when I was a little kid. And you probably all have. It looks like what I can see here is there's a couple of dates on there. 2002. One's 2005. Oh, that's the company's name. Berenstain Bear. Okay, it's Berenstain Bears. Time for Giving. Sorry. I know when you watch it, it might not look very Christmassy, but I thought it looked Christmassy because there's a Christmas tree and there's Christmas decorations. Mainly, it has a couple of the stories on here is lit. A helping hand, so they help a neighbor with a few things. And then there's the Gritty Granny. I think if I remember, that was the one that sister had to do some project, and she found out that her grandma was more impressive than more of a local celebrity than she could ever think of. Makes her think more highly about her grandmother. Then there's the Hiccup Cure. One of the cubs has hiccups, and they can't get rid of it. Isn't that frustrating? Like, if you ever had hiccups, it's frustrating to get rid of it. It's annoying. And then there's the female fullback. It's a female football player, helps the three cubs to help improve their soccer playing. No, they're not their soccer playing, the football playing, sorry. And then Grow It. That's because this one, Grow It, is about sister had got burrs in her fur, and she had to get a haircut, so her mama cut her fur. And she thought she looked silly and was frustrated it wouldn't grow before picture time at school. And I think that would be pretty neat to watch at Christmas. Okay, here's this one. Barbie and the Nutcracker. It's a series of movies that Barbie has. There's a little twist to her tale of the Nutcracker that is there but is her tale of that she ends up finding out she's a princess in a long run, and she thought she never was a princess till the Nutcracker told her, and she found out the Nutcracker is an actual prince. So till he told her that she's a sugar plum princess. So I think that would be a good one if you love Barbie and you still like Barbie. Anybody that likes Barbie at any age. So yeah. Okay, here's this one. It's a Disney movie. I had this one since I was a little kid. Disney Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. Like, we all know the tale of Beauty and the Beast. Her dad gets lost in the forest and wanders upon the Beast's castle. And then he goes missing and she has to go find him, and then she meets up with the Beast, and she exchanges her life for her father's so he could be free. So in this movie, it's Belle's first Christmas at the Enchanted Castle. I think it's kind of like a prequel to before she kisses him and turns him back. Because she must have been quite a bit of time away from the French town. If you watch it, you'll figure it out. So in this movie, The Enchanted Christmas, she tries to get some Christmas back into the Enchanted Castle, because Christmas has been banned since the everybody that lives in the Enchanted Castle has been cursed. Till the Beast falls in love, and you know the whole story. So, she tries that, and the little organ player guy, that he tries to wreck the whole idea and kibosh the whole idea of bringing Christmas back. You can tell he's a negative Nelly. So the Beast eventually stops this whole idea and rips him out of the wall and throws him to save his main lady's life, and that after the whole organ guy is trying to rip the whole castle apart. So, in the end, Christmas comes back. No, mainly the whole idea, it's actually there, if you notice at the end, they're actually, the start and in the end, it's actually Beast and Belle telling the tale. So there, you could tell it must have been a Christmas before the curse was broken. Okay, there you go. There's something for you to watch, you Disney lovers out there. Okay, next one. Here is something very retro. I had this since I was a little kid. It's Christmas cartoons. The Christmas comes but once a year. Isn't that true? Good thing it doesn't come more than once a year. So this is from a series of movies. It's hard to find them nowadays because I guess the company doesn't make them anymore, or they don't exist anymore. Because I looked up online. It's from 1989, so that's quite a few years ago. So, and it's out of a series of, there's Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus, and this one, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A little different tale to the other Rudolphs, because there's different tales of how the whole Rudolph got working with Santa. One tale is Rudolph's born into the whole thing, and he doesn't put out stockings, but this one does. This one talks about the Christmas comes but once a year. Talks about how different people celebrate Christmas. Okay. They're both from 89. As I say, it's hard to find these nowadays. Unless you find retro shopping sites. Otherwise, it's hard unless you go to a yard sale. Here's one for Curious George lovers. Curious George, A Very Monkey Christmas. This is about George's first Christmas with Ted, the man in the yellow hat. Since we all found out what man in the yellow hat's name was from that one movie. It's a pretty good movie. Ted and George tried to find a perfect gift for each other. And they do the rituals, getting the tree, decorating. They get a real tree. Some people get fake trees. But it's a good family movie. And he gets a Christmas song wrote about him by his two human friends there. It's pretty good. Next one, Dr. Seuss. The Dr. Seuss series. Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I know there's different varieties of the Grinch, but this is the cartoon one. This one tells the original tale that, not too deep, tells that how the Grinch stole Christmas. He doesn't like Christmas. He never liked it for a long time, and you've seen like the other Grinch Stole Christmas, like the one with Jim Carrey. It stems right back to his childhood, but this one sticks to base what the book tells us, that when he was older, that he starts stealing Christmas. It's pretty good. He goes and breaks into a lot. He ends up breaking into a lot of houses at Christmas, and then stealing the Christmas trees, presents, decorations, and all that. And then at the end, he realizes Christmas is not about the gifts and the decorations. It's about being with your friends and your family. Some people it's about being with each other at Christmas. It doesn't matter if you don't give somebody a gift. That's not the meaning of Christmas. He's kind of like the animal version of the missing link version of Ebenezer Scrooge or George Bailey. If you ever watched What a Wonderful Life, that's a good movie too. That's a good watch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And there's lots of stems of that movie, especially the Netflix cartoon one that tells how different characters are involved. So, okay, next. Elf with Will Ferrell. This is about Buddy the elf, that he ended up sneaking into Santa's bag one Christmas when he was a little baby, and Santa didn't know till he got back into the North Pole, and Buddy crawls on out of the bag, and that's when they noticed it, and how he got his name was because of the diapers he's wearing. So one of the elves there, ends up adopting him because he never got around to settling down or thinking about marriage or children yet. He was like middle-aged elf, I think. So he ends up adopting Buddy. And Buddy, everybody knows that he's human because he's growing taller than the rest of the elves. So Buddy ends up, when he gets old enough, as the elf that adopted him, he calls him Papa Elf, told him that he was adopted and that his real dad lives in New York, but his mom is not living anymore. So Buddy travels to New York to go meet his real dad, and his real dad didn't have no time for him. He never had no time for his second son. But Buddy's caring and his stepmom and his brother love him, and well, his little brother didn't know what to take of him first, but they eventually love him, and his father didn't want nothing to do with him till eventually he, close to the end there, Buddy decides to run off, and Buddy's half brother tells his dad that Buddy's gone, and so he eventually registers, we better go get this kid. So, it ends up lovely. He ends up finding his true love, himself. Buddy does, and at the end they get married and have their own little one. So that would be a good family flick for this Christmas. Okay, the next one for Ernest lovers out there. And I'm an Ernest lover too. Ernest Saves Christmas. It's a good movie with Jim Varney. I watched this movie since I was a little kid. Ernest is it's about Ernest supposed to get Santa, help Santa find his rightful heir, because Santa's not off snuff anymore, so he's trying to find the guy that's supposed to be the heir to realize that, yeah, you should take over instead of being in a job that it's not going anywhere, and that's the best job you're gonna get. So the guy at the end that takes over Santa realizes it, and Ernest ends up flying the sleigh to the children's center. And so it ends up in a happy ending. It's pretty good for a 92 minutes movie. There you go. For the Ernest lovers, and it's a good movie. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. This is my first time doing this for a YouTube channel. Okay, next is Felix the Cat. This is another Felix the Cat. If you ever seen the Felix the Cat series, this is Felix the Cat Saves Christmas. It's pretty good movie. This one is a little different take than the rest of the Save Christmas movies. This one has a kitty in it. A talking kitty with his own magical bag. Summary here. Him and his professor plans to help it's more or less there's somebody that's trying to ruin Christmas, and him and his professor friend making a machine to create the biggest lizard in the world has ever seen. His scheme works. Christmas will be canceled for sure. Felix, Porter, the villain's actually the professor, sorry. Just reading a little bit here. Felix and his friend Pordex, a little different name. Harold sets off for the North Pole to help Santa. That's kind of nice. A little different to have an animal say Christmas than humans or something else. That's a good movie. That'd be a good movie to check out this season. Okay, here's this one. Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn and Paul Grimmett. Fred is Santa's brother. Big brother. But he ends up denying eventually that he has a sibling because of when they were little kids, Santa Nick had gotten this book from his diary or journal from Fred, and all his birthday gifts he got, like the journal and whatever, he was gathering up and giving to an unfortunate child, and Fred didn't like that because he thought it's your gifts, not the little neighbor boy's kids, not the little neighbor boy's gifts. And Fred eventually comes around after Santa comes around. But at first he was trying to get Santa to help him to bail him out of jail. But there was a stipulation he had to come out to the North Pole and help. And after he found out that Christmas was gonna get canceled, so he helped more or less saving Christmas. So, and saving his family and getting the girl he likes. So that's a good movie. If you like that. If you like that, want to check that out, you can. Okay, here's one for the muffled lovers. Miss Piggy and Kermit and Fonzie and Animal. The other guys. This one is It's a Very Muppet Christmas movie. This one is about the Muppet Theater is about to go in foreclosure because the guy that originally owned the bank had died, so his greedy wife, decides to cancel the lease on the Muppet Theater a little bit earlier. It's supposed to be, I think, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But the lease is gonna expire. But Greedy Hershey changes it and throws everything out, and everybody in a frenzy, and Kermit wishes he never was born. So, some guy up in heaven thinks God should help save Kermit. And God is played by Whoopi Goldberg. That's a little different. So, ends up, Kermit gets his wish and sees what life would be like if he never existed. And he realizes his life has meaning at the end. So they end up renewing their lease and getting the theater back, and they didn't have to move out after all. So there's a good movie for the holidays. Just check that out if you want to. Okay. Here's this one, Miracle on 34th Street. This is actually a remake to the original one with Natalie Wood. It has the little girl that plays Matilda in it. It's the same story as the original. The little girl's mother raises her to not believe in fairy tales and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and raises her to believe in reality. And then her mother realizes that the guy that she just hired is actually Santa. And that there is actually a Santa. And as the little girl knows all, realizes too that eventually, I think way before her mother, before that there is a Santa. Their neighbor knows that the guy is a Santa anyways. The real life thing. Santa helps the little girl, gets her wish, her mom getting remarried, and it's a happy ending. The mother for you Flintstones lovers, the mother that plays her, the mother on here is the actress that plays Wilma Flintstone. So, there you go. Miracle on 34th Street. Check it out. You can even find the original one too. It's the same plot. Okay, for you. Have you ever seen the Mrs. Brown's Boys series? Mrs. Brown's Boys I got two of these. Mrs. Brown's Boys Christmas Treats. And we have Mrs. Brown's Holiday Jingles. Put that down. See? It's a fun, good laugh. If you ever watched the series, it's the same idea, but it's different. The different holiday seasons. It's a pretty good show. You should check them both out. There you go. Let's show them together. There you go. Mrs. Brown's Boys. Christmas treats and holiday jingles. Okay, now this one is, if you ever seen Murder, She Wrote, the actress that plays, and this is Angela Lansbury, Mrs. Santa Claus. It was based during the U.S. Suffrage, when the women in the United States tried to get their right to vote. There's a little, so she comes out to New York to, what was it? Because she is unappreciated because Santa's busy, and he keeps on saying it's a busy time of year, and she says it's always a busy time of year. So she goes to New York to find something so she can feel useful. Santa eventually notices his wife's gone and goes to find her. They meet up in New York. Oh, that's a good movie. Angela Lansbury plays Mrs. Santa Claus pretty good. Okay. This one is from Nickelodeon. Out of the Vault Christmas. As Hey Arnold. You ever seen Hey Arnold? Rocko's Modern Life. Cat Dog. Weird creatures that are half dog, half cat. Looks like a science experiment. Gone wrong. And the Angry Beavers, and The Real Monsters. They're pretty good. It's a pretty good movie, that's for sure. Having all the retro Nickelodeon cartoons. They're from the 90s there. Okay. Moving on. Okay, again, here's another Rudolph. But this one is a spin-off from the original Rudolph movie, where they tell that where he gets this red nose. Rudolph, the all-new musical movie, Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Island of Misfit Toys. He ends up meeting a queen, that's a hippo, Queen Camellia. Of the Island of Misfit Toys. She's Queen Camellia. She's the one that she's a plastic surgeon. She offers Rudolph to some plastic surgery so he can cover the red nose, but eventually he backs out on it because obviously it's kind of hard for Santa to fly in a foggy night without him. That's for sure. It'd be like driving without headlights. Anyways, there you go. And that's Queen Camellia. If I can. The purple hippo is Queen Camellia. Mainly they land at the Island Misfit Toys because at Queen Camelia's island. I think she's the queen of the Misfits. Anyways. They land at Queen Camelia's island because Rudolph went with Bernie to go extract a tooth out of the lion, the king lion from, the Island of Misfit. This is where the toys belong to. I forget what Camelia's island is. That's pretty good. Never knew it existed until I bought it, so there you go. There's a spin-off of the original Rudolph tale from this series. Okay, check that out if you're interested. Here's something for the Sesame Street lovers. Who doesn't love Sesame Street? Happy Holidays from Sesame Street. It's a 3-gift collection DVD. It has, let's see here. This is Sesame Street 3 DVD gift collection and 3 hours of holiday cheer, family fun. Join Elmo and Sesame Street friends as they learn about the holidays around the world. In Elmo's World, Happy Holidays. See what the world would be like if every day were Christmas in Alamo Saves Christmas. That would be expensive. And tiresome. Every day was Christmas. It wrecked the economy, this is sure. Because no one worked. And bring mysterious fun to life in the Enchanted Christmas Street classic. Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. There you go. That's a good movie to watch. And it's a good TV series too. Anybody can watch it at any age. Who doesn't watch children's programming at any age? Okay, from the movie Shrek, we're gonna move on to this. From the they had their Christmas movie from DreamWorks, the Shrek the Halls. That's a good movie. It's about the Christmas tree isn't the only thing green in the holiday classic. Just when Shrek thinks he has everything set for a quiet org family Christmas, Donkey, Puss in Boots, Gingy, and the rest of the gang decide to crash the party. Don't you hate that? Shrek the Halls is the greatest holiday tale that ever been told until now. That is a good movie. You should check that out. Okay, here's this one for some religious lovers. Tells the tale of the animal that helps Jesus when he was just a baby, him and his mom and stepdad. Silent Night, the story of the first Christmas. Shows about, it starts at the one donkey thinks that donkeys are stupid and useless and why did it call it anything. But his grandmother tells him they're not stupid and useless, they have a purpose. And tells the tale of the donkey that helped save Mary and Joseph and Jesus. And gets them to Egypt. So then King Herod won't have them killed because he obviously had put a hit on them. Because the wise men went to the wrong place expecting a new king to be born, and obviously there's no... King Herod's one of his wives and are recently knocked up. Obviously a mistake. He knocked on the wrong door. They just followed the star and went to the wrong place. They obviously don't know that stars move when you move. So, the donkey that thought that donkeys were useless at the end realized donkeys do have a purpose in life. Just because you don't look like a very beautiful horse doesn't mean that you have a purpose in life. There you go. That's a good cartoon, religious movie. For the ones that like religious stuff. There you go. Check that out if you want to. Okay. Here's this one for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lovers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Michelangelo's Christmas Rescue. It's Christmas time in the city. A number of guests have been invited to the lair for a big holiday feast. But where's Michelangelo? Mikey is having Santa's butt kicking, playing Santa's butt kicking head, driving Santa, who's trying to save a truckload of toys destined for the orphanage from some heartless thieves. Meanwhile, he picks up a cat. Who doesn't love cats? Unless you're allergic. Or you just can't stand them. There you go. There's something you pick it up for. It's a very good movie, and it has different scenes out of. It also has different scenes from the TV show, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because it's about quite a bit long. Because it has 3 bonus classic episodes: Things Change, Nero, and Shredder Strikes. There you go. Meanwhile, like and subscribe and leave a comment at the end of this video. Carrying on. Here's talking about the Nutcracker before. Here's the original Nutcracker. But this one has for you Home Alone fans. The original Home Alone, from the 2 Home Alone 1 and 2. There is Macaulay Culkin plays one of the characters. But it turns out he's playing the Nutcracker. It's a little different tale than the Barbie movie. I guess every movie has their own basis of tales. They can't do it all the same. It's like a tale's different. That's mainly what it's about. It's their own basis. It's mainly, I think it's a noble family that, like Barbie, I think her grandfather or uncle was noble too. Well, it looks like, I think it is, but I think it's, yeah. There you go. The Nutcracker. Okay, for you Simpsons fans, which I'm one of them. I like Bart. The Simpsons Christmas 2. You can't find Christmas 1. I looked it up. It's a pretty good movie. It has Homer versus Dignity. Dude, Where's My Ranch? Skinner's Sense of Snow. Because that's the one that ends up locking the kids in the school and not thinking, let's try to get them out. Really. This, the 15th season. Oh yeah, that was way before they got into the 30s. So that's pretty good. And it has on the back Snowball the Third and Santa's Little Helper. I think it's Snowball the Third. I know mine is. There you go. The Simpsons Christmas 2. That's a nostalgia one. Okay. Here's this one. Another Disney movie. Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2. I got this one Christmas. This one had Christmas cookie cutters that came with it. When I got it back in the 90s. It's about Rabbit and Eeyore and Tigger, Piglet, Christopher Robin take a list from Santa, but Pooh forgets to take it. After sending the first list the way to the North Pole, gets it back so he can add the new list wishes. Now, Christmas is tomorrow, and Pooh must personally deliver the letter to Santa, or his friends will have no Christmas. While their beloved friend is away, Pooh's pals find the holiday unbearable and decide the best Christmas presents, beginning with their own you love. With a little luck, they may just get the Christmas wish more. Yeah, and I think it's Pooh that keeps on forgetting to put his wish in. Alright, itchy nose there. Okay, hopefully you like this video. So, happy holidays to everyone. Goodbye.